What's going on, internet? I'm Dan Loder. You fucking betraying bitch. What is going on, internet? I'm Dan Loder.
AKA Dover.
No. No.
AKA Slodey.
Yes. And this is the Scrappy-Doo
It doesn't
of
work.
today's episode.
I feel like I need a catchphrase. I feel like we need catchphrases. Do it again. Start again.
What's going on, internet? I'm Dan Loder.
AKA Slodey.
And this is Dan Howles.
Huzzah! That's my catchphrase.
And this is the 2D Show, coming at you every Monday, Wednesday and Friday with a topic of discussion. So every Monday, I don't know if you know the format of the show by now, but you should. Every Monday, you bring the topic?
Yes.
Yes, I should know the format of the fucking show. Dover brings the topic on a Monday, I bring the topic on a Wednesday, and you bring the topic on a Friday. So if you want your topics on the show, you can tweet us at 2D Show. You can email us on topics@2dshow.com.
On. You put the on in there.
We're on Facebook and SoundCloud, both of which are the respective websites /2D Show. YouTube.2dshow.com, where you can find all our videos. And we're also on iTunes. Which we're really super happy about. Because
2D Show. Spelled out 2D Show. Now, I want to make a quick request for people.
Okay.
Right. This is, you know about discoverability and how easy it is to find things. And what is easier is 5-star reviews. Now, I'm not asking you to write anything because no one fucking reads reviews anyways. Just click the little 5 buttons. It's going to ask you to leave a review, leave words. Don't. I'm not asking you to leave words. Just click that little 5 stars. Or whatever you think appropriate. What would help us would be 5 stars. But
if you're not going to leave 5 stars, don't do it, please. Just, 5 stars.
5 or bust.
5 or die.
5 or die.
5 or die.
So what are we talking about today?
Today, I thought it'd be nice, because quite a lot of the episodes we've done have had like a nostalgic feel to them. We discuss our past. I thought we'd talk about the history of video games, because I think that's something that's important to both of us.
Yeah.
Has been there for a lot of us. So, we're 90s kids. So for me, the first real games console I had was a Sega Mega Drive.
Ooh, I can do you better. I had a Master System.
You had a Master System?
And I'm a reason my mum bought it. It was in the car boots. I had 3 Master Systems, because Master Systems...
You were master of the Master Systems.
Yes. Master Systems had a game built into them. So if you turn it on without a cartridge...
You had a game to play.
You had a game. And my mum worked out that they were cheaper than games. So we should just buy me consoles. I had 3 Master Systems. Eventually they broke.
So what was the Master? Was that before the...
It was the Sega before the... It may have been.
I might have had a Master System then. Because I'm sure the graphics were virtually the same as the Mega Drive.
No, it was 8-bit. In my memory, I'm pretty sure. Master System.
I don't know. I think the first game I played was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I'm sure was Mega Drive.
They had a Master System port, which is where I first played it, and the cover of it was Sonic with a little hang glider.
Might have played that.
But we're jumping ahead of us. It wasn't 2-player from what I can remember.
Mega Drive cartridges had an actual sticker on them, whereas if I remember, Master Systems were had like
big,
a maroon thing.
Yeah,
more like a cassette than a cartridge.
Yes.
I definitely played a Master System.
All Master System covers had this white and black grid around them.
Yes.
It looked like... And then you had the image in the middle, just probably about that big, and like the image would say that big.
For those listening, he's holding up an A5 notebook.
Yeah. Maybe a bit bigger. They were really fat, I remember. Hard-covered plastic.
Almost like
VHS.
VHS. Oh my god. So you were a Sega person as well, like, because I never had SNES.
I never had a SNES.
But then I know people, from my contemporaries.
Oh, your peers
who had SNESes and stuff and played Mario, and I was like, this is shite.
Ooh,
I can remember. I know Big Clay. I know. Sorry, but I can remember because I played Sonic.
I never liked Sonic.
Like all the graphics on Sonic were like big and chunky, and like everything was quite like big. And Mario was just this tiny little guy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
I don't know. I've got a timeline here, Slow, because you told me what this topic was going to be a little bit beforehand. Do you want to quickly run through it all?
Thank you for still acting surprised when we
Huzzah!
I was like, I think we're going to talk about the history of video games.
Do you want to quickly run through everything? This starts off in 1972.
That is older than me.
It's not a lot of information. It's basically just a list of... I'll put it on the screen.
It's just basically a timeline of all the games consoles that have come out.
So we start off in Generation 1.
Yeah.
Pong.
Oh my god, Pong.
Never played it originally.
There's a museum in. Oh my god, I can't remember where it is. I want to say it's Birmingham. Somewhere I've been to there was an exhibit of like old games console, and I played like OG Pong.
I think I have as well.
I was amazing. It wasn't. It was shite.
The Atari 2600. Never touched it.
Was that the one with the ET game that was awful?
I believe so. Yeah, because the game was made in like 6 weeks, and they buried them all, didn't they?
Yeah.
You had the Odyssey, which I've never touched. In television, then we get started. Activision was made then, so there's a bit of like interesting stuff in here as well. Game & Watch. Do you ever read any of those? They were the big single screen, almost a Game Boy Advanced looking thing.
Okay.
Very rudimentary. We didn't really touch on any of this. Commodore. Did you ever play one of those?
Commodore 6. I've never played one, but I know of them.
My dad had one. Then we had more Game & Watch and stuff. We're talking about 1983 now. What about an Amiga? Stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Green Meadow Primary School had an Amiga.
Really?
I'm pretty sure Miss Rabina? I know I got her name
Miss Ribena. I doubt it.
Dude, there was a Miss Robinson's. No.
Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Alright, so then we get to basically when we start to know what the fuck's going on. NES to begin with. Then that's 1985.
I've only just sold a NES because I bought a NES.
Before us, but like we're getting to our sort of time now. Everything else, fuck off. Like who cares, right? Master System and Nintendo Entertainment System, right? 1985, 1986. These are when you had your Sonic.
Oh yeah, I definitely had a Master System.
Yeah,
I recognise.
You had your Sonic, you had your Mario, you had your Link, you had your Zeldas. You're starting to get some shit now, right? Then I never had an Atari 7800.
No.
Never had a Mega Drive, which is 1988 until later.
Dude, they've. One thing we're going to come on to later on in this topic is how history seems to be like repeating itself.
Yeah.
So like we've got all the history there, and like
I can just rush through this if you want.
Go for it. Go.
I can rush through it, and then we can have the discussion.
So, from the Mega Drive, I think both of us then went to like PlayStation. Then wasn't it?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Which was actually a lot after. Do you know what year the PlayStation 1 came out?
1992.
95.
95. No way.
Yeah. But then we had like the Neo Geo and the SNES and all that sort of stuff before it. Sega Saturn. My friend from Hawks Ridge had one. I was very jealous. Sonic R was on the Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn was like almost 3D, but
Sega
kind
Saturn.
of.
Was Sega Saturn or Sega Dreamcast?
Dreamcast was later, wasn't it? The Dreamcast is like
Sonic R was on Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
And that's the best Sonic game ever. That's the only good Sonic game. Anyway,
wow. Whoa.
N64. Then we started talking Game Boy Color, and I fucking loved my Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color was the one.
Pokemon Yellow. Done.
For me, I like Pokemon Yellow, and I had Pokemon Yellow, but I really Pokemon Crystal was my...
I get the fascination between Gold and Silver, because that was a direct sequel. It took 2 years after the original.
Something like that, yeah.
You fought against Red at the end. Like it was this big swelling moment. It was the first ever and the only, I would say, true sequel.
It was nice that it linked back to...
Yeah, and you went back to Kanto and shit.
You went back to Kanto, and it was all like... It was like time had moved on. Like you couldn't go into the Sylph Tower.
No. Seafoam Islands sunk.
I didn't realise at the time because obviously they couldn't put it all on the cartridge.
Yeah.
But I liked that they actually like made it canon.
Part of the story.
It was like, it's closed because of the security breach with Team Rocket and stuff. And I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. We start talking PlayStation 2, Xbox, Game Boy Advance, which I spent a lot of time on, GameCube that I missed and I really wanted to.
Never ever had a GameCube.
Same. I never did. I played the Wii and...
So GameCube was Nintendo, wasn't it?
Yes.
So you had Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, Sega Dreamcast. No. They were the same generation?
No, Dreamcast is actually the same generation. No, yeah, you're right, sorry. Yeah, 1999.
Never had a GameCube.
No, same.
Or Dreamcast, to be honest.
Game Boy Advanced SP. Do you have one of those, the clamshell ones?
I saw them, because that was when we were in year 6. I can remember loads of people walking around.
I'm going to try and burn through these now. Then we're talking the generation that's just finished, so Xbox 360, PSP, PSP.
You say just finished, what you actually mean... It's approximately 4 years ago. We were replaced by the PS4.
2005, the Xbox 360 came out.
I know. Fuck, that's 11 years ago.
Wow. And then we start talking like they got like Assassin's Creed and shit on here. I don't care about that move. 3DS, Wii U, Vita, Xbox One, and PS4.
So that is like a brief history.
That's a brief fucking blitz rundown.
So what I what I find interesting is now, when the Mega Drive came out, like, it was groundbreaking. When we then went from, like, 2D graphics to the PS1, which was 3D, it was groundbreaking.
Well, so was the
3D
N64.
Yeah, 3D wasn't a thing at that point.
No,
Then we went to the PS2,
polygonal.
where, graphics got better.
Yeah.
On PS3, where they got even better. And I feel like the jump from the PS2 to the PS3 still felt as big as the jump from PS1 to PS2. But I don't think the jump from PS3 to PS4 has felt as big.
HD. We haven't
It
got better
feels a
than
lot
HD
more
yet.
incremental.
It's loading
And
and
I think-
anisotropic filtering and stuff.
I think that's reflected in your expectations of a game. Because I don't feel like my expectations of a game have changed much between PS3 and PS4. Back in the day, you'd be happy with something that was playable and like was fun to play. You'd be looking more at the mechanics, like games kind of like...
You reckon you critically thought about games mechanics when you were a child?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
But I think because you didn't have graphics to rely on and stuff like that, and genres, like game genres weren't really that important to me as a kid.
No.
You looked for games that were fun to play in their own right. Like
Yeah.
they would, like mechanics were still being developed, and you were still looking.
Well, PS1, PS1, N64, people were learning. The fucking world as a whole was learning how the fuck you did 3D.
Yeah.
Nothing had been interactive and 3D at the same time.
Yeah.
You'd had when Toy Story came out, like early 90s, like mid 90s maybe. That's the first sort of 3D thing that sticks out of my head of any merit. You may have the odd TV show or whatever, but like 3D had not properly been done.
Reboot.
Reboot. Fucking best. That is a topic all on its fucking own.
How can you not like Reboot?
I fucking love Reboot.
We'll come back to it.
This is why we're friends. Oh my god. Reboot. I can gush for fucking Reboot.
But I think now we live in a world where we're used to games now. Gaming is like you have your shooters, you have like your RPGs, and like you have like different RPGs, if that makes sense. Like
What?
you can have two games with like virtually the same mechanics,
Yeah.
and they'll be in like the same genre.
Yeah.
And I think as a result of that, like you're not looking for like something new anymore. You're looking for like
I think
it's more important to me now that like it's something I know and that it's something that's done well.
Maybe.
If that makes sense.
But then you're really looking into a question. This is going to be a long topic, so I'm going to let you know now.
Yeah.
I think you have to answer that question, but like, why do you game?
Yeah.
Like, why do you play video games? I like the whole escapism. I like sort of an experience. I like video games, my preferred medium. I don't like. I watch films and TV shows, but like, if I'm gonna get lost in something, it's gonna be a video game.
Yeah.
Talking about like genres and stuff, I think PS2 and PS1 and before that we had very distinct circles. It was like, that's a fucking shooter, and there was no leveling up in the original Medal of Honor. Like
No.
there was nothing. And RPGs, you look at Mass Effect and Dragon Age and all the Oblivion and all this sort of stuff. RPG kind of like bled into everything.
Yes.
Everything now has a leveling up system.
The lines are a lot more blurred.
Yeah, everything's a Venn diagram of whatever.
Yeah.
Like you look at BioShock, what genre is BioShock? You
It's
don't
like an
level up.
RPG
It's a shooter. It's a narrative FPS. Like it's
Yeah.
weird, but it's Howles, one of the fucking all-time best games. Games have tried to copy it and haven't done it as well. So whatever fucking secret sauce they did, like they did it right. But I get what you're saying. Like the experience you're looking for now, you'd like staying in the same sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
Skyrim Remaster's coming out, and like that's
Yeah,
a lot of people.
that's kind of what I was working towards. It's like I find that I'm more excited now for HD remakes are a thing now, which they haven't been up until this point really.
I'd say PS3 HD remakes.
Yeah,
Not to shit on your point, but SNES had Super Mario All Stars, which is really the first remake I know of that had Mario 1, 2, and 3 in all new graphics.
and they've just never stopped doing that. Like
That's very fucking true.
Like
It's
even
the
on
same
the Wii U,
game.
you can pick up the exact same game.
Oh, everything now. Mid 2000s emulators, for me at least, blew up.
Yeah.
Mid to late 2000s, I was like, fuck. I remember when you first had Pokemon Red on the phone. I was like,
Oh my
what?
god! On a Sony Ericsson, I was
Like-
playing Pokemon Red.
They probably ran about 12 frames per second, but fuck
Did
it.
indeed run at 12 frames per second.
Like I think people have sort of capitalized on that now. Like the Wii U, for instance, does virtual market, a virtual console, and you can buy Super Mario World, like
The SNES game.
as the original SNES game. Not anything. There's no point doing remasters, for instance, on those old games because
Where
they're
you-
so easily ported.
Because the retro thing is what you're looking for.
Yeah,
when
you're
you buy
looking for that nostalgia. But then, like, yeah.
But it's I find it interesting that like that is viable. Like, people will buy like the retro thing, and people will find it cool to play the retro thing.
I do.
And would probably be more excited about that possibility than a new Mario game. If that makes sense. Like, I would be more excited to be like, oh my god. Like, for example, they've recently released a new Mega Drive, haven't they?
No, they've done a new NES, haven't they? They're doing a Mega Drive.
No, the Mega Drive's out.
Oh,
You can
I
go
thought-
into Argos today and
I thought
pick
they
up
were-
a Mega Drive with 2 wireless controllers and like 100 games built in for like 30 quid.
Plug and play.
And like that's quite exciting. I find that quite interesting. Like I find that more interesting than I do waiting for like new games to come out and stuff for the PS4.
But I find with those sort of games, it's like the Netflix sort of thing. I spend more time looking for Netflix shows than I do watching Netflix shows. I always look through the menus more than anything else. If I had 100 games on a console, I wouldn't complete any of them. But you got to think back when we were fucking 7, 8, 9, 10. Even younger. I was quite young when I had my Mega Drive. Like, Master System, sorry. You had limited games. Your mum and dad wouldn't just buy you everything.
No.
Like,
You had to make the best
I
of what you
never
had.
had 100 Master
And
System
we're
games.
talking about a time when like those were as expensive to buy as PS4 games are now. I assume.
Probably more expensive
Yeah.
with inflation. Like, honestly, like, I don't know too much, but, like, there'd probably be a case to be made, at least. Maybe not Master System when we were a kid, because that came out like 85, but
Yeah.
PS1, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't buying pre-owned, like, a game was going to be 30, 40 quid.
Yeah.
And then add that up to inflation, like, I don't know.
It probably would have at the same value.
I'd say the same, at least.
So you kind of, I suppose that is the same now. Like if I don't go out and buy every PS4 game going because I can't afford it. I buy the games I want to play and I'll play them. I'll get the most out of them.
I've gone
So
personally.
I think it's just something that happens. Like, but like because it's so easy to acquire. Like you buy that system, you pay 30 quid, you got 100 games. I know what you mean. I would never play them all to the
the
end.
fuck's playing Aladdin now? Aladdin's a fantastic game on Mega
That
Drive.
is a phenomenal game.
Who the fuck is playing Aladdin again, or The Lion King, or all these sort of like licensed games? Like, you care about 3, maybe 5 games on a console. Echo the Dolphin,
My God.
Sonic, probably like Bubble Bobble or
The
some
kind of
shit.
hero games that
Yeah.
like Game Boy Color. I don't think I could name any other games besides Pokemon and like Wario World, which I had for Game Boy Color.
I had that. I had.
And there was a game called Paperboy, which was literally just walking around delivering papers. I
Yeah,
was like, what?
Paperboy was quite a famous thing. That's been ported
Yeah.
like, everywhere. So what are we talking about specifically retro games or just video games in general?
Just video games in general. I mean, like to like translate that to like the like current generation. Bethesda are about to release a Skyrim remaster, which I am more excited for than I think I've been for most of the new games that have come out for the PS4, minus Dark Souls, because Dark Souls is just fantabulous.
Yeah, I agree.
But like up until now, I've been like disappointed with most of the things that I've like played.
Really,
If that makes sense, like No Man's Sky, even though I did enjoy it, and I think I enjoyed it more than like
you're
most
not
of the
alone
internet,
there. That's the general consensus. on
I
the
think
internet.
it didn't live up to the hype. We've done an episode on this.
Yeah,
It didn't live up to the hype. Fallout 4, I really didn't like.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Joel absolutely loves it. Joel's on like his 4th playthrough. He just loves that game.
Good.
And he started getting the DLC, and he's just really enjoying it, which is good, awesome. But for me, like I don't know why I bought it because I don't really like Fallout 3. I didn't like Fallout 3.
You like
I
Bethesda?
think I just thought it'd be like interesting.
See, currently I'm shying away from 40, 50, 60 hour games. I'm playing more like 3 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour games. Like I can play in a weekend and get the experience from, because I played Witcher 3 and I got so fucking overwhelmed in that game. I was like, I can't finish
Really?
this.
Oh, I love the Witcher 3.
I couldn't. I wanted to check every box and I couldn't, because the minute you did, fucking 6 more appeared. Like,
yeah,
I
you
never
would
got
walk-
out of Act
You would
1.
walk along, like you never got out of Act 1.
No, dude. I went to meet Yennefer, whatever, the other one. Like, you start off killing the fucking Phoenix, or the Griffin, or whatever the fuck it is. You go to a town, and
Yennefer meets you there.
I didn't get past there.
Really?
Probably put 20.
Dude.
Probably put 20 hours into that game. I couldn't. There's too much to do.
I know what you mean. Because like
Fucking Gwent is a whole game on its own.
You'd be doing like a mini quest or something, and you'd be walking from one quest point to the next one, and you'd get like 6 more mini quests on the way.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Like, it's too much.
But honestly, that's such a good game.
I'm sure it is. And it's a shame I'll never know.
Really enjoyed The Witcher 3.
So, but I don't really play many online games. I've started sort of getting back into like Battlefield and stuff. I'm definitely going down the more arcadey route. Games I can pick up, play for 10 minutes, and walk away. Because
Why do you think that is? Like, because I mean,
time.
like,
100% time. There's not enough time. There's not enough hours in the day. I'll play 2 matches of Battlefield, or I could do half a quest on Witcher. Like,
it's interesting because
what equates to more fun?
I would go the other way to you, like, because you would go for like the thing you could finish quickly in the time you had, whereas I would rather pick up something like The Witcher,
immerse yourself in the world.
At it.
If I wanted to play Witcher now, it's been a year since I played. Where the fuck am I? Like, who knows? You can't put down games like that. Like, there's also too much going for my attention at once. There's so many games coming out now. So much
It does seem to be, let's see how many mechanics we can pack into this.
Yeah. It's too dense.
And I think that comes back to, like, looking for familiarity in things. Like, I look for things that I'm familiar with so that I don't have to learn the mechanics of a game.
I get what you're saying.
I think it's a similar reason to you picking up games that are like Battlefield, like arcade games. It's you want that instant gratification.
I know it. Yeah.
We live in a time where we expect instant gratification from things, don't we?
Yeah.
And I think when I look for a game, I know. Like, I think that's why I was excited for Dark Souls, because it's the same game repackaged. I know what I'm doing.
I fucking love
Souls.
Dark Souls.
I still haven't completed number 3. I need to complete it.
I don't mind existing in a world. I like that. There's so many fucking barriers sometimes to try and get into. Like, that's why Bethesda games are so good. Or so world building. Because, like, there's a 5-minute intro where you got to do a linear thing, and then it's like, have fun.
That's it.
Like, Fallout, you do the whole vault thing when you're out. You could continue, or you could just fuck off. Oblivion, you get out of the prison, you're fucking off. Skyrim, like, you don't have to meet the Jarl if you don't want. Like, they do this sort of game. Like, I like Far Cry 4, for instance. Really like Far Cry 4. I was actually working on Platinum there. Same with Borderlands and stuff. Like, games where it's like, here's the fucking train, like the train line you can go around. You can sit on this fucking train and you can just go to the destination. Or you can get out and walk all the fucking way around this countryside and there's all other shit to do. I do like that but like Witcher to me felt like everyone was just pulling in different directions and I was like, I can't, there's too much. Like, it was too dense for me. I'm playing a game at the moment on my Vita, which is where I play most of my games at the moment, because it's easier and like fucking the Sony's handheld market is fucking fantastic. Problem is just no one knows about it.
Yeah, I think the Vita kind of.
But that is 100%. The time I have given up on Witcher, I've completed Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2 on my Vita.
You went back and played the old.
I
games
went back and played the old ones.
ports,
Metal Gear Solid 2 is a HD remaster, so you are right. Be like, people play what they know. I know this world.
You played
I
those
know the
because
characters.
you knew you would enjoy it playing it again.
Do you ever go back to old TV shows and watch them now? Or old movies? Yeah, I watch Fight Club religiously. Like, that is my film. I love that world.
Not really. I think the only thing I've gone back to repeat is I read the Harry Potter books like 12 times when I was a kid.
Fair.
And I read them all, like, I just like finish book 7 and go back to book 1 and just like start reading them again. I haven't done that for a long time. Like, there's nothing that's been like that for me. Which is why I'm kind of looking no, actually saying that, I suppose Oblivion is the only other one. Because I had Oblivion on my Xbox 360. And then I got it for PC. I think it was in like a Steam sale, and obviously with mods.
Yeah, it's much better.
Fuck it up with mods.
But Pokemon, dude, like, Pokemon is a game where it's like there's a 5-minute intro where you get your fucking thing. Pokemon's progressively linear. You do have to do 8 things in order.
It's kind of like,
there's a bit of a detour.
You have like this, like, you're in this little gated box. You can do whatever you want in that box. Then you have to go into the next box.
It reminds me of a Disneyland park. Like, it'd be like, here's here, here's here, here's here, here's here, here's... And you can go back.
You have to do something in this bit to unlock this bit.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And that's... Pokemon is a game where, like, I can... No, maybe not so much anymore, but, like, I could probably boot up Fire Red or, like a slightly modernized version, because the original Pokemon games are really slow. Like, you don't get any run issues or whatever. And you don't get a bite till fucking ages. But, like... I could load up a new Pokemon game and probably get lost in it, like, and actually give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it is very hard for a new game to keep my attention. Plus the fact that, like, again, there's too much. You can't play every game anymore. You can't be the game guy anymore and played everything. There was a point where you could.
Yeah.
You can't be the film guy anymore and watch every film.
There's just too much
There's
coming out.
too much.
And I think with the rise of like, because it's the overheads for getting stuff out to you isn't as much now because it's all virtual, isn't it? Like you can put a game on the PS, like me and you could make a game and put it on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, we could put it on Steam, Greenlight. Like
Steam.
we could put it out before we even finished it.
It's so
So
much easier
accessible.
for smaller teams to do things that there is just so much more content. I don't think that's necessarily a good or a bad thing.
I think
I think it's good that or like that's there, but you have to do so much legwork to find good
yeah,
things these
like
days.
I think it's 90% a bad thing. 10%, well, 80-20. 20% is good. Everyone is allowed. There's no real barrier to entry anymore.
But at the same time, there's
Look
no
at the
real barrier to
iPhone
entry
store
anymore.
and
Yeah.
try and find a good game. There's fucking hundreds of thousands and millions of fucking apps that are literally garbage. Literally not worth the time to hit download. Like, which the more you flood something, the more shit
I
gets
think
buried.
it discourages risk, doesn't it? Like, because like there was a time when I'd be like PS1, like someone said, "Oh, this game's really good," but like, yeah, I'll play that. Like, fuck it, I'll play it.
Dude, there's trends. There's 100% trends. There was RPGs blew up, and everything. You saw 4 years later, everything had an RPG.
Yeah.
Then open worlds blew up, and now early PS3, late PS3, early PS4, everything has a fucking open world. Like, I like now that games like Journey, Gone Home, these sort of 2-hour bite-sized experiences are more playable. Like South Park RPG was really good. It was 10 hours. It's a fucking, like, what other RPG is like a party-based, turn-based Final Fantasy game is 10 hours long? There isn't. Like, I really enjoy getting to the conclusion and not having to fucking grind it out. I'm playing a game on my Vita at the moment called Trails of Cold Steel, and like it's a text-based Japanese game. It's not in Japanese, but it's like an RPG. And I really like the game. I like the mechanics of fighting, but then I'm literally skipping X on all the story. I'm like, I don't fucking care about you people. Like, it's too much sometimes. It's like, I like characters over story, and I do in most medium. Like, I like Batman. I don't really fucking care he's fighting Joker for the 700th time. Like, I like that character. It doesn't have to make sense. I like Fight Club. There is no plot to Fight Club except the characters. When you... And I think that's what put me off Witcher. I hadn't played the others, so I didn't know Geralt. And I didn't fucking care about the world because it was too much.
I think that's probably that's a good point. I didn't realize you hadn't played the other ones. That is probably why I enjoyed it so much, because I went out of my way before I picked up The Witcher 3 to play The Witcher 1 all the way through.
Yeah, that's fair.
We sort of meet everyone. I didn't play The Witcher 2, but I watched a cutscene like thing on YouTube, which is an actual thing. It took me like 4 hours. It was like a 4-hour movie. And so I knew the story of Witcher 2 as well. And going into Witcher 3 was nice to like... Because you were playing with all the same characters, and the Witcher 2 story follows on quite well. Witcher 3 follows on quite well from the Witcher 2. The story-wise. Because you're looking for Yennefer, and then you're looking for Ciri.
Yeah. That's what 3's all about, right?
Yeah. And like all that, the backstory to all of that is explained in number 2.
Okay.
Because Geralt, like in like Witcher 1, Geralt, sorry for spoilers, Geralt like loses his memory. And like, so you're meeting all these people who are like, oh, Geralt, like, what are you doing here? And he's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And just walks around not knowing who anyone is. And then in The Witcher 2, it's all about how his memories like coming back. And like he's remembering like there was like this big fight and Yennefer ran off and Ciri ran off. And so then you're looking for Yennefer to try and like sort stuff out. And stuff like that.
And then 3 years
So
looking for Ciri.
3 years like you find Yennefer, and then she's like, yeah, we need to find Ciri now.
Okay.
And it's really, really, really good.
Now,
game.
I completely forgot what I was going to say. What do you look for in a game? Is it just to be lost? Like, do you care about completing games?
Not really. It's more about the experience. The Witcher 3 I wanted to complete, but that's because the story really interests me, and I wanted to get to the end of the story to find out what happened.
That's fair.
But it was, I still did a lot of the like side questing and stuff. I went out of my way to like find the side quests.
You play Last of Us? Did you play Last of Us?
No, believe it or not.
Shame. You haven't played Uncharted 4 yet either?
No.
To me,
Joel played it and really enjoyed
to
it.
me, Uncharted 4 was better than The Last of Us. Last of
Really?
Us is heralded as like the fucking best game
Have you
ever.
played the other 3 Uncharted games?
That's what I was about to get to.
Yeah.
Ash played Uncharted 4. I was like, this is good. I like it. I'm not going to spoil anything for Uncharted or Last of Us because they're both fantastic games.
There's a PS4
Yeah.
version of Last of Us.
Yeah, you can get them both on the PS4 right now. The last scene, the epilogue to Uncharted 4, I was like, this is the fucking best thing ever. I fucking love it. It's completely not so expected. It ends, and then it ends again, and I'm like, this is fucking perfect. I like that I have been on this fucking 10-year journey with these characters, and it is done. It's a standalone game. Nate is Indiana Jones. Like, you don't need to know too much about the characters, but the way they sort of build on everything, like Uncharted 4 is like probably my favorite game ever. Maybe Metal Gear, but like you can't beat Uncharted 4's payoff with the other 3. I would not recommend
I
you
think
playing Uncharted 4.
Joel played it and he was like, oh, it was a good game. But it was like, I think it was kind of, he probably would have got more out of it if he knew.
Yeah, I think so.
The other
And
3 of
like I'm saying, they're all standalone games. They're all independent. The only constants are basically Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
A couple of characters. And Uncharted 4 is fantastic.
I will have to play them all.
But
Again, it's just time.
you can play them all on PS4. Like they did the Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah.
Which, back
just
to
sinking
HD
how much time it
remasters, there's fucking millions of them.
I know. And like Metal Gear, Joel's just started playing Metal Gear 5.
See, Metal Gear
He
has
said it's not
always
very-
been my favourite.
Metal Gear 5 kind of betrayed the series a bit, I'm thinking.
Yeah, like there's not much story, and that was the best
The
bit.
only thing I saw him do was he put something on a sheep and then it got like flown away.
It's called a Fulton. But that's a different
Yeah,
conversation.
I was just like, that is it's silly.
Metal Gear's fucking crazy. You get a horse, and if you level up your bond with the horse enough, you can tell it to poo on command, and you can poo on people. If you poo in the middle of a road and a car drives through the poo, it'll fucking spin off.
That's fucked up.
Metal Gear is fucking
That
mad.
is a ridiculous mechanic.
Yeah, Metal Gear is. But we've rattled on long enough now, I think, about video games.
Yeah.
So
So to summarise,
nothing is new,
we
and
missed
everything
the
is
good old-
rehashed.
Nothing's new. We missed the good old. We've rehashed ourselves really because we've talked about the good old days again, which we do a lot.
Yeah,
So we're a HD remake.
we are. This is the HD remake.
Well, we are HD because Tribox. This is from the ashes of Tribox. We're
making me upset.
a remake.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Okay.
This has been the 2D Show. I'm Dan Howles. That's Dan Loder.
Yep.
2D Show every Monday, every
Tweet
Wednesday,
us at
every
It's
Friday.
Tribox. No, don't do that.
I don't even know if that's still around. Remember, you can get your topic on the Friday show, which we do have this Friday.
Yes, we
2
do have a
days' time.
topic.
Remember, topics at 2dshow.com or at 2D Show.
Also,
Facebook us.
Keep an eye out or don't keep an eye out for Frisky Friday. Only keep an eye out for it. If you want your eyes
You know
burnt
what?
off.
Treat Frisky Friday like a bathtub, a warm bath you've just pulled. You put your toe in first, and if you like the feel of it, you put the rest of you in. Don't fucking cannonball in, because there's some dark
Yeah.
shit there.
Dip your toes in.
I mean, get the fuck out, because
and
we
then-
probably are going to.
And then, just try it again another day. Like, dip your toe in, then come back and maybe, like, just try a finger. Don't try a finger. I don't want to go back.
Thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you on Friday. We went off fucking topic.
We did. That's quite interesting, though.